Another Death Row production. Mike Tyson, the next heavyweight champion of the world. Everybody else for.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. It is Wednesday, May 13th. Looking back at yesterday, we do hit on our ladder play. Our solo bet came through for us. It could have been an amazing day. We go 2 for 3 on both of our parlays. The one that hurt the most was the one with the Angels in it. The Angels lose that game 3-2 to the Guardians. They finished with 8 hits, only put up 2 runs. They had an error that led to another run. Man, it was a stroke of bad luck yesterday, but you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. We got a full slate of baseball here on tap today. Games get started nice and early. Guys, we're gonna have to run through this video here today. Get to these picks. I'm getting called out to a job right now. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook, the link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also, at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. First game up on the day, we got the Yankees in Baltimore taking on the Orioles. Max Fried on the mount for the Yankees. Kyle Bradish gets the start here for the Orioles. Max Fried here on the mount for the Yankees, coming off of one of his worst starts of the season last week against the Brewers. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs. He saw this Orioles team the week before that as well. In that game, he pitched 5 innings to the Orioles, gave up 3 runs in that game. Looking at the lineup here today for Fried, he's going to be seeing an Orioles lineup that's only batting .217 versus left-handed pitching, but there is 3 guys in this lineup that matches up very well against them. That's Tyler O'Neill, Gunnar Henderson, and Adelaide Rutschman. I could see Max Fried giving up 2 or 3 runs in this game here today. The Yankees might need him to go past the 6th inning. There is a few arms that's taxed in this game coming into it, but I think they'll be available seeing that the Yankees are off tomorrow, so there's no reason to hold back those arms here today. On the other side, we got Kyle Bradish on the mount for the Orioles. He's not looked good this season. He's coming off a start where he gave up 5 runs. When he saw the Yankees a week and a half ago, he pitched 4 innings in that game, gave up 5 runs to the Yankees. He struggles versus left-handed bats. You'll see 6 lefties in this Yankees lineup here today. The Orioles bullpen, I should say, is highly taxed coming into this game. Not to mention they've been playing terrible of late. Looking at the weather in this game, like I said, it's a 1 o'clock start game. 75 degrees at start with 8-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the diamond straight out to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Yankees are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and we're playing them on the run line. The game total set at 8.5. I like the over 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, we're taking Ben Rice of the Yankees today to hit a home run. Next up, we got the Angels in Cleveland taking on the Guardians. 2 left-handed starting pitchers in this game. We got Detmers on the mount for the Angels, Messick on the mount for the Guardians. Reed Detmers here on the mount for the Angels. He's looked really mediocre this season. He's only had 1 good start. It was against the Angels. Other than that, he's going out there giving up 2 or more runs in all of his outings, only pitching into the 6th inning, walking a lot of batters. His last start against the Blue Jays, he only pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs. The reason he got taken out early was because his pitch count was so high from walking so many guys. Today, he's going to be seeing a Guardians team. Despite being loaded with left-handed bats, this team has been hitting left-handed pitching this season much better than righties. They're batting .242 versus lefties. I can see Reed Detmers coming out here today, giving up 2 runs, possibly 3, pitching 5-6 innings, turning it over to Angels bullpen that has not been playing good of late. On the other side, we got Messick on the mount. The rookie pitcher's off to a very good start this season. Looking at the one thing I already like off the bat for him is that it's a home start. In his 3 home starts this season, he has a 1.70 ERA. He's going to be seeing an Angels lineup that is batting .245 versus lefties, slugging .418, so they've been killing lefties. I can see Messick pitching about 6 innings, giving up 2 runs in this one. The Guardians will have the advantage late. They have the much better bullpen. Looking at the weather here today, it's going to be about 55 degrees at start, but there is going to be wind blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Guardians are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7. I do like the over 7 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Jose Ramirez of the Guardians to hit a home run today. Up next, we got the Colorado Rockies in Pittsburgh taking on the Pirates. The left-handed pitcher Quintana on the mount for the Rockies. Mitch Keller gets the start here for the Pirates. Quintana here on the mount for the Rockies. He's looked good this season. His last 3 outings, he saw the Mets and the Braves. 18 innings pitched. He has an ERA of 2.40 in those games. He's going to be seeing a Pittsburgh Pirates team here today that is batting .240 versus left-handed pitching. Granted, the top of this order, they become less dangerous because all of them struggle versus left-handed pitching. Quintana is a ground ball pitcher. It's going to be pitcher-friendly weather out there in Pittsburgh today. Strong gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. That's definitely going to favor Quintana. The Rockies bullpen's in good shape coming into this one. On the other side, we got Mitch Keller on the mound. He's off to an amazing start this season. Looking at his breakdown, the matchup here today for him, the thing I don't like, he's going to be seeing 6 left-handed bats in this Rockies lineup. Looking at Mitch Keller's 2 worst starts of the season against the Brewers and the Nationals, both of those teams when he saw them had 5 or more lefties in the lineup. He's going to see that here today. This Pirates team, I should say the Rockies team, has been killing right-handed pitching. They're batting .252 versus righties this season. The Pirates bullpen is in very good shape to come in and stop the Rockies bats late in this game. Let's get to the picks. The Pittsburgh Pirates are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and we're playing the road dogs. Give me the Colorado Rockies on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. Looking at Ballpark Pal, this is one of the lowest rated games as far as run production goes. Like I said, strong gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. I like the under 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking over of the Rockies for 2 total bases today. Up next, we got the Nationals in Cincinnati taking on the Reds. Jake Irving on the mound for the Nats. The left-handed pitcher Lodolo on the mound for the Reds. Alright, we got Jake Irving on the mound for the Nationals in this game. He's off to a terrible start this season. He had one good start this year against the White Sox. Pitched 5 innings, gave up no runs. All his other outings, he's given up 3 or more runs in all of them. Walking 3 or more batters in all of them. Only pitching 6 innings, the max. Today, he's going to be seeing a Cincinnati Reds team that's only batting .221 versus right-handed pitching, only batting .225 in their last 8 games played. They've been struggling to hit the ball of late. I can see Jake Irving coming out here today, pitching 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, turning it over to a Nationals bullpen that continues to play very good. On the other side, we got Lodolo on the mound for the Reds. He made his first start of the season last week. It was a tough outing for him. He gave up 4 runs in 5 innings pitched. Granted, he had to see a Astros team in that game. It was not a good spot for him to be making his season debut. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Nationals lineup that's batting .262 versus left-handed pitching, slugging .418 versus lefties. I can see Lodolo struggling in this matchup. There's a bunch of guys that really match up well against him. House, Abrams, and Meade were the 3 guys I've focused in on. The Cincinnati Reds bullpen continues to play terribly. We've been talking about it now like every game for the last week. They're now the worst bullpen in the last 8 games. In the last 8 games played, the Cincinnati Reds bullpen, 6.15 ERA. Looking at the weather here today, it's the 3rd best projected game on Ballpark Pal. Wind blowing from the diamond out to left field, giving right-handed bats a slight advantage. Let's get to the picks. The Reds are the betting odd favorites in this game, and we're going to the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Washington Nationals on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the over 9 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Abrams of the Nationals for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Phillies in Boston taking on the Red Sox. Andrew Painter on the mound for the Phillies. Sonny Gray on the mound for the Red Sox. Looking at Andrew Painter here on the mound for the Phillies. His last outing against the Athletics, he got obliterated in that start. Pitched 3 innings, gave up 8 runs. His last 5 outings, he's given up 3 or more runs in all of the starts. Today, he's going to be seeing... looking at the teams he's faced, I'll say this is the easiest of the competition he's seen up to this point. He is going to see a Red Sox team that's hitting for contact versus right-handed pitching. They're batting .242 versus righties, but they're only slugging .380 versus right-handed pitching, so no power to show for it. I can see Andrew Painter having a good outing here today, going about 6 innings, giving up a run. On the Phillies bullpen is taxed coming into it. They're not in a good place. I see them letting up a run or 2 when they come into this game. We got Sonny Gray on the mound for the Red Sox. He's coming off of back-to-back starts where he saw the Tigers in both of those games. In both of those starts, pitched 15 innings, only gave up 1 run. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Phillies team that's loaded with those good left-handed bats. I can see this Phillies team getting 3-4 runs off of Sonny Gray here today. Sonny Gray probably getting one of his worst starts. He has a good ERA right now. Expected ERA is like a whole point higher than it is. I can see Sonny Gray getting lit up in this start. The Red Sox bullpen's in a good spot to come in and stop the bleeding. Looking at the weather projection here today, The wind is going to be circling. It's going to be about 70 degrees, but wind circling, so that usually favors the pitchers. Let's get to the picks. The Red Sox are the betting off favorites in this game here today, and we're playing the Road Dogs in this spot. Give me the Philadelphia Phillies on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Bryce Harper of the Phillies today to have 2 total bases. Up next, we got the Tigers in New York taking on the Mets. The left-handed pitcher Valdez on the mound for Detroit. Scott gets the start here for the Mets. Valdez here back on the mound for Detroit. He got suspended for that one game after the fight with the Red Sox, so he's well rested coming into this one. Speaking about that Red Sox start, he pitched 4 innings in that game, gave up 7 runs. But before that start, he only had one other bad outing this season. It was against the Twins. He's looked solid this season besides those 2 starts. He's given up 2 or less runs in all of his outings, not really walking too many batters. He's going to be seeing a Mets team that's only batting .213 versus left-handed pitching. I can see Valdez coming out here today, going about 6 innings, possibly giving up a run, if not going 6 scoreless. The Detroit Tigers bullpen is completely taxed coming into this one. I can see the Mets getting a few runs here today off of this Tigers bullpen. We got Scott on the mount for the Mets on the other side. He's looked decent through his first 4 starts this season. Not giving up too many walks. I like that about him. The thing though, he pitches for a lot of contact, a lot of pop flies. This Detroit Tigers team, there's a few guys that match up very well against him. Dingler, Tokerson, and Green. I can see this Tigers team getting a few runs off of him here today. The Mets bullpen's in decent shape here today to come in and stop the bleeding. Looking at the weather, it's going to be about 60 degrees in this game with wind blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The odds makers have this game as a pick'em spot. It's a 40 cents difference favoring the Detroit Tigers, and that's where I lean as well. I'm playing the Detroit Tigers here today on the money line. The game total set at 8. I do like the over 8 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Tokerson of the Tigers for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Cubs in Atlanta taking on the Braves. Imanaga on the mount for the Cubs. The right-handed pitcher Richie on the mount for the Braves. Imanaga here on the mount for the Cubs, off to an amazing start this year. He's made 6 starts, 2.28 ERA. He's going to be seeing a Braves lineup that's batting .267 versus lefties. They're batting .270 in their last 8 games played. Imanaga is a contact pitcher. He pitches for a lot of pop fly outs. Looking at the weather here today, it's going to be a pitcher-friendly game. We're going to have 8-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the outfield into the diamond. That's going to benefit Imanaga greatly in this game here today. Looking at the Cubs bullpen, they're in a decent spot. I still see the arms that's available for them coming in, giving up a run or 2. We got the rookie pitcher Richie on the mount for the Braves. He's looked really good this season. He's played some really tough competition in all of his starts. That's not going to stop here today. He's seeing a really good Cubs lineup, a Cubs team that's batting .260 versus right-handed pitching. Richie's given up a home run in all of his outings this season. He has a hard hit rate of 47%. I can see the Cubs getting 2-3 runs off of him. The Braves bullpen's been playing very good of late. I can see them coming in, stopping the bleeding. Looking at the weather, like I said, it's going to be a pitcher-friendly day out there in Atlanta. Wind blowing it in. Let's get to the picks. The Cubs are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Ian Happ of the Cubs for 2 total bases today. Up next, we got the Royals in Chicago taking on the White Sox. Seth Lugo on the mount for the Royals. The left-handed pitcher Schultz on the mount for the White Sox. Seth Lugo here on the mount for the Royals. He's probably been their best pitcher this season. He's looked really good in his last few outings. Comes into this one with a 3.20 ERA. Looking at the matchup here today for Seth Lugo, this White Sox team is still batting .225 versus right-handed pitching. They are batting .267 in their last 8 games played. We spoke about in yesterday's video. This White Sox team does hit much better in their home games. So I can see Seth Lugo giving up a run or 2 in this game here today, going about 6 innings, turning it over to the Royals bullpen that did get roughed up in yesterday's game, did get used up as well. I can see them letting up a few runs when they come into it. On the other side, we got the left-handed pitcher Schultz on the mound. He's a good starting pitcher. Looking at the matchup here today for him, I do not like this spot for Schultz. He's going to be seeing 7 right-handed bats in this Royals lineup here today. This guy really struggles with righties. His last outing against the Angels, he saw a lineup loaded with righties. He got lit up in that start. I can see Schultz struggling here today, pitching 5 innings, giving up 4 runs, turning it over to a White Sox bullpen that's highly taxed coming into this one. Ballpark Pal has this projected as the 3rd best offensive game on the schedule. Wind blowing from the diamond to left field, giving right-handed batters an advantage in this one. Let's get to the picks. The Royals are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8. I do like the over 8 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Garcia of the Royals for 2 total bases today. Up next, we got the San Diego Padres in Milwaukee taking on the Brewers. Michael King on the mound for San Diego. Mizorowski gets the start here for Milwaukee. Getting into this game here, this was one of the more difficult games on the schedule to call. There was a lot pulling me in different directions when doing the breakdown here. We got Michael King on the mound for the Padres, off to a very good start this season. Looking at the matchup here today for Michael King, he's going to be seeing 5 left-handed bats. He struggles with lefties. Michael King is a ground ball pitcher though, and this Milwaukee Brewers lineup struggles with ground ball pitchers. Looking at the Padres bullpen, they're in decent shape coming into this one. They got used up in yesterday's game. I could still see the arms coming out of the pen, stopping Milwaukee's bats. On the other side, we got Mizorowski on the mound for Milwaukee. He's coming off one of his best starts of his career against the Yankees. Today, he's going to be seeing a Padres team that's only batting .217 versus right-handed pitching. They struggled to hit Sprout yesterday. I can see them struggling to get to Mizorowski here today. Milwaukee's bullpen is in a very good place coming into this one. Like I said, it's a very tough game to call. Let's get to the picks. The Brewers are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I do like the under 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, we're taking Contreras of Milwaukee for 2 total bases today. Up next, we got the Diamondbacks in Texas taking on the Rangers. Nelson on the mound for the D-backs, Rocker on the mound for the Rangers. Getting into this one here, this was another difficult game to call. We have 2 terrible starting pitchers on the mound in this one. Both Rocker and Nelson have given up 3 or more runs in their last 3 starts. Looking at Nelson here on the mound for the Diamondbacks, looking at the matchup here today for him, he's going to be seeing a Texas Rangers team that's batting .225 versus right-handed pitching. Nelson pitches for a lot of groundouts. I could actually see him having success in this game here today, going about 6 innings, giving up a run. The Diamondbacks bullpen is taxed coming into this game. Not to mention they started to regress. They're starting to really struggle in their recent games. I can see the Diamondbacks bullpen coming in here today, giving up a run or 2. On the other side, we got Kumar Rocker on the mound for the Rangers. He's looked terrible this season. The big thing with him right now, his hard hit rate's at 53%. There's 2 guys in this Diamondbacks lineup that really match up well against him. That's Corbin Carroll and Marte. I can see Kumar Rocker going about 4 or 5 innings, getting taxed in this game, giving up 4 or 5 runs in this one. The Rangers bullpen is the best bullpen in the majors. They'll come in and shut the door on this D-backs team. Let's get to the picks. The Rangers are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and we're playing the Road Dogs in this spot. Give me the Arizona Diamondbacks on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Corbin Carroll of the Diamondbacks to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Mariners in Houston taking on the Astros. We got Miller on the mound here for Seattle. McCullers gets the start for the Astros. Bryce Miller here on the mound for the Mariners, back up in the majors. This is a guy last season looked good for Seattle. He has some filthy pitches that he throws. I do not like this spot for him here today against the Astros to be making his season debut. On top of that, this Astros team does hit right-handed pitching very well. Bryce Miller, when I was looking at his numbers down in the minors, his fastball last season in the majors was topping out about 97. Down in the minors right now, it's topping out about 95. Not to mention he was struggling with his command in a few of the games. So I could see him coming out here today, pitching 5 innings, giving up 2 or 3 runs, turning it over to the Mariners bullpen, the 4th best bullpen ERA coming into this one. They've been playing very good of late. On the other side, we got Lance McCullers on the mound for the Astros. He's looked terrible this season. He had 1 decent start this year against the Orioles, but other than that, he's given up 3 or more runs in all of his starts. Seeing a Seattle team here today This Mariners lineup has good numbers against McCullers in their past matchups. I could see McCullers struggling here once again, seeing 6 left-handed bats for Seattle. Getting straight to the picks. The Mariners are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the over 9 total runs. For the player prop, we're taking Josh Naylor of the Mariners to hit a home run today. Up next, we got the Cardinals in Sacramento taking on the Athletics. Matthew Liberatore on the mound for St. Louis. We got JT Ginn on the mound for the Athletics. Liberatore here on the mound for the Cardinals. He's a good starting pitcher. He started off the season getting roughed up. He started to get back on track in his last few outings. Here today, he's going to be seeing an Athletics team that's only batting .230 versus left-handed pitching. Granted, they had Brent Rooker gone for like a good month, so their numbers versus lefties have dropped, but I can see Matthew Liberatore here today in this small ballpark, pitching about 5-6 innings, giving up 3 runs. The Cardinals bullpen is in very good shape coming into this one here today. Granted, they're not a good bullpen overall, but they're in a much better place than this Athletics bullpen. On the other side, for the Athletics, we got JT Ginn on the mound. He struggled this season. He's really struggling in his home starts. He's going to be seeing this Cardinals team that's batting .277 in their last 8 games played. They looked really good yesterday. They were hitting the ball well. I can see JT Ginn pitching about 4 or 5 innings, giving up about 5 runs, turning it over to an Athletics bullpen. Like I said, they're taxed and they're playing terribly. I can see them coming in, giving up a bunch of runs themselves. Looking at the weather here today, 80 plus degrees, wind blowing from the diamond to the outfield. The best rated offensive game on Ballpark Pal. Let's get to the picks. The Athletics are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and we're playing the Road Dogs in this spot. Give me the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line. The game total set at 10. I do like the over 10 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Weatherholt of the Cardinals to hit a home run today. Final game of the day, we got the Giants in Los Angeles taking on the Dodgers. The left-handed pitcher Robbie Ray on the mound for the Giants. Shohei Ohtani on the mound for the Dodgers. Alright, getting into this one here, guys. The Dodgers lose again yesterday, 6-2 against this Giants team. They've now lost 4 games in a row. They're now 2-8 in their last 10. We were talking about it in yesterday's video, talking about this Dodgers team, how difficult it is to cap them right now, because you're grading them on a curve, for one, because I'm looking at the numbers and they match up well against teams. But then I know they're in a big slump. But then we know how talented they are. When are they going to break out of it? So there's so much bullshit intangibles in grading them right now. I would stay away from the Dodgers overall. You guys know what they've been doing to me. They've been burning me. Looking at the matchup here today, they're going to be seeing Robbie Ray. They have very good numbers against Robbie Ray in their past matchups. There's a few guys like Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman that really match up well against them. I can see this Dodgers team getting a run or 2 off of Robbie Ray. The Giants bullpen's in a very good place here today to come in this game, stop the bleeding. On the other side, we got Shohei. He's off to an amazing start this season. ERA still below 1. He's made 6 starts this year, going past the 5th inning and all of them. Looking at the matchup here today for him, he's going to be seeing a Giants team that up until this Dodgers series was struggling to hit the ball. This series, they've been killing it offensively. I could see Shohei going out there today, giving up a run or 2 himself, turning it over to a Dodgers bullpen that is highly taxed coming into it. I can see them letting up a run or 2 when they come into this game. Looking at the weather here today, it's going to be more on the hitter-friendly side, wind slightly blowing out to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Dodgers are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 8. I do like the over 8 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Freddie Freeman of the Dodgers for 2 total bases today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. Our ladder play hit once again for us. It won us $102.37. So today we'll be wagering that $102.37, and we're going back to the New York Yankees on the run line. We're getting them at plus 100. This is our ladder play of the day. Up next, we have a 2-leg home run parlay we're playing here today. We're going to start it off with Ben Rice of the Yankees. Then we're going to follow it up with Jose Ramirez of the Guardians. Up next, we're going to play a 3-leg parlay, our 3 favorite underdog picks of the day. We're going to start it off with the Colorado Rockies on the money line. We're then going to play the Philadelphia Phillies on the money line. And we're going to wrap up the parlay with the Arizona Diamondbacks on the money line. And our final bet of the day will be another 3-leg parlay. We started off with the Kansas City Royals on the money line, as well as the Royals White Sox game total to go over 8 total runs, and we wrap up the parlay with the Seattle Mariners on the money line. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. It's Wednesday, it's hump day, we're halfway there. You guys know I appreciate you all, I respect you all. I hope we all win some money here today, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one.